Dealing with fear in BJJ. Hey guys, Coach Tom here, having a look today about dealing with fear in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or grappling. Now, look, fear, it's like kind of a thing that guys don't talk about. Ladies, I guess, maybe a bit more open. Usually, I've at least seen in my academy, they don't have testosterone like trying to hide all their weakness and stuff like this. And so why do you feel fear in a Jiu-Jitsu academy, right? Well, I mean, people are gonna have fear when they go into a competition because they're fearing what people might think of them, or maybe what even might happen in the competition, although injuries are not super common. And then you have fear of, well, what if he does this to me? What if my techniques don't work? What are they gonna think of me? What happens if I'm out of breath and they just keep going and I have to quit, I have to stop? Am I gonna be strong enough? Am I gonna be fit enough? And we have all these fears, and you know, there's that old acronym, you know, like that fear stands for like false evidence appearing real. And I'm not into too much hippy dippy mumbo jumbo, but I think that's really real. I don't think there's ever been a case where someone's fears in jiu-jitsu have been based on reality. Like, I've had some students of mine who said, I'm never going to compete in jiu-jitsu because of the risk of injury. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. And I've just told them, like, you've based that fearful opinion on just complete nonsense, because you're not going to get a crazy injury in one match. You have to be super unlucky. You're going to have to be competing all the time. You know, you don't need to compete at open weight. Like, that might be, this guy was a light guy, that could increase injury risk. So I think when you can look at some things and say, no, that fear doesn't make sense, you actually find that most things in your life don't make sense that you're fearful of. And you might say, how? There's real risk there. Like, for instance, people would say, oh, make sure you lock your home, or oh, there's a spider. But how many people do you know have been bitten by spiders that went to hospital? You know, like, I occasionally get spiders in my academy. I just pick them up in my hands, I take them outside. Some of them are poisonous, okay? And but you know what? They're not out biting me, so I don't get bitten. And the same thing as locking the door. Like, I lock my door to my home every day, but none of my neighbors do. I live in a bit of a weird beachside suburb. But they've got a good point. Like, how many burglars are coming up and trying your door? Unless you're having that, there's no real point locking it, right? So I think so many times in jiu-jitsu, we think that people are always out to get us, and people are thinking, like, they're going, oh, Mr. Bob over here, he shouldn't be a blue belt. I tapped him, I'm a white belt. No one's caring. We've all got our own problems in the world. You think, like, I have enough time to worry about your jiu-jitsu performance compared to me or someone else? Like, that has nothing to do with me. So I think sometimes when we feel fear in jiu-jitsu, we just need to wipe it from our heads. And I'm a big fan of auto replacement. So if I feel a student is getting apprehensive or doesn't want to roll with another student because it's going to be a hard roll and their ego might get bruised, I'll tell them, come on, you're jumping in. We're going to work on your defense. You know, I'll try to get them rolling because they need to get past those excuses, guys. You need to get past those excuses. Being fearful in life, I think, is a complete waste of time. If I could give my own self advice, you know, 20 years ago when I was a young lad, I would just say, don't be afraid of anything that can't take your life or maim you forever. All right? So, you know, like, I've seen great white sharks in the ocean before, and you know what? It should be a healthy response to be very wary of them, because those things could have chomped me. If they decided to, I wouldn't be here making this video. But it doesn't stop me from surfing every day, right? I'm not going to go surfing with a stake strapped to my leg, but I'm still going to go surfing. And yes, I will react when there's a situation if I see a shark or something, but that's almost never going to happen. And for every person who hasn't surfed because they're afraid of sharks, there's 100 surfers who surf their whole life who never even see one, let alone get eaten by one. And that's the same as jiu-jitsu. People don't compete, or they don't roll with the hard guys, or they don't do the tough comp training because they're worried about losing and tapping. But really, what they are getting by missing out on that is just their egos saying, it's okay, you're safe. But that's not safe. You're hiding, you're running. You'll feel much more confident when you go out there and face your challenges, you know, go out, chase your dreams, you go roll with the toughest guys in your academy, and when you get tapped, you know you'll be proud of yourself. Because even if you don't win, who cares? Who cares? Guys, it's jiu-jitsu, it's grappling, it doesn't even matter. But you'll be proud of yourself because you stepped up to the fear. You know, like I have kids in my kids class who deal with bullies all the time. And I will tell them, like, you stand up to those kids who are bullies. And they say, well, they're bigger than me. I don't know if I'll be able to take them down, something like this. And I'll say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you didn't get in a fight and look how bad you feel. You feel like you got walked on, you're feeling bullied, you're feeling fearful. If you'd fought that guy, even if he'd given you a whooping, you would still feel good about yourself because you stood up for yourself. So the next time you hear you're gonna roll on the mats or someone asks you to roll and you're apprehensive, you're not sure whether to go in a tournament, just remind yourself, just say, no, do what will make you proud. And then you'll have your answer. And sometimes it's hard because you say, oh, I want to sit out, I'm a bit sore, but I'll be more proud of myself for going in. Always choose pride over fear. And that's today's vlog, folks. I'm Coach Tom. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. For more videos, click here. To subscribe to this channel to get all of our awesome videos, click here. And if you'd like to have our hour-long series for free on footlocks and how to defend footlocks and leg attacks of all kinds, please click here. I'm Coach Tom, guys. I'll see you next time.